When you see feel it, you're more against you. Indiana people are talking but talking too. The strong of the strike, I may properly do. So all my single mother should be jubilating. Come make some feeling Logan. Gonna be a blessing like coming for the people. The beginning, my feeling Logan coming. The beginning, when you see feeling coming. The beginning, my feeling Logan coming. Position game. When the king of the jungle not around, all the KK dollar can be around bluffing. And feel it coming with force. Reuniting you, advocating for the poor. We salute you with the power to the people. There's a feeling Logan that you be the hero on Indiana land. No more can stand. The people them on our bad spirit. Take politicians them, they can open the skin. What I pay for you, buy you can having people tempt and they plenty people selling and tear on the land. So I begin with a feeling Logan coming. I begin with when I see feeling coming. I begin with a feeling Logan coming. Position game with.
Don't give way, don't give way to G-Fele. Don't open for Fele. They whisper he will kill it. They may do skip for here, what he coming with the whole place. I see no opposition, I see no competition. The chairmanship for Fele. Indiana be down be pa Fele. The power, in Basson be down be full Fele. Full mother, all the elders Fele, ready layer. Sons are new, be one when he will bring you together. He there for children play.
Fele looking coming, I begin with. Like Jivon Smith coming, I begin with. Amore Kua coming, I begin with. Mama Kirenji coming, I begin with. Manet Ava coming, I begin with. I begin with. I begin with. I begin Logan coming, I begin with. When I see Fele coming, I begin with. When you see feeling, you're more against you. Indiana people are talking but talking too. The strong of the strike, I may properly do. So all my single mother should be jubilating. Come make some feeling Logan. Gonna be a blessing like coming for the people. The beginning, my feeling Logan coming. The beginning, when you see feeling coming. The beginning, my feeling Logan coming. Position game with. The king of the jungle not around. All the KK dollar can be around bluffing. And feel it coming with force. Reuniting you, advocating for the poor. We salute you with the power to the people. There's a feeling Logan that you be the hero on Indiana land. No more can stand. The people them on our bad spirit. Take politicians them, they can open the skin. What I pay for you, buy you can having people tempt and they plenty people selling and tear on the land. So I begin with a feeling Logan coming. I begin with when I see feeling coming. I begin with a feeling Logan coming. Position game with.
Don't give way, don't give way to G-Fele. Don't open for Fele. They whisper he will kill it. They may do skip for here, what he coming with the whole place. I see no opposition, I see no competition. The chairmanship for Fele. Indiana be down be pa Fele. The power, in Basson be down be full Fele. Full mother, all the elders Fele, ready layer. Sons are new, be one when he will bring you together. He there for children play.
Fele looking coming, I begin with. Like Jivon Smith coming, I begin with. Amore Kua coming, I begin with. Mama Kirenji coming, I begin with. Manet Ava coming, I begin with. I begin with. I begin with. I feel Logan coming, I begin with. When I see Fele coming. me for you. So all my single mother should be jubilating, come make some feeling Logan. Gonna be a blessing, like coming for the people. I'll begin with my feeling Logan coming. I'll begin with when I see feeling coming. I'll begin with my feeling Logan coming. Position game with. When the king of the jungle not around, all the KK dollar can be around bluffing. And feeling coming with force, reuniting you, advocating for the poor. We salute you with the power to the people. There's a feeling Logan that you be the hero on Indiana land. No more against them. Let the people them on our bad spirit. Make politicians them, they can open the skin. What I pay for you, buy you can having people them, plenty people selling and tear on the land. So I'll begin with my feeling Logan coming. I'll begin with when I see feeling coming. I'll begin with my feeling Logan coming. Position game with.
Don't give way, don't give way to defeat. Don't open for feeling. They respond if we kill it. They may too scared for here. What we coming with the hopeless. I see no opposition, I see no competition. The championship for feeling. Indiana you be down be pa feeling. The power. In Basson you be down be full feeling. Full mother, all the elders feeling ready layer. Sounds like you be one when you will bring you together. Be there for children play.
Feeling looking coming. I'll begin with. Like Yvonne Smith coming. I'll begin with. Amore Kua coming. I'll begin with. Mama Kimenji coming. I'll begin with. Planet Abba coming. I'll begin with. I'll begin with. I'll begin with. My feeling Logan coming. I'll begin with. When I see feeling coming. I'll begin with.
Oh, all right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are. My name is Logan, and I'm here today as the lead presenter on the Logan's Hour. And today we will be joined by our sisters and one of our brother. And to all of you who join us tonight, we want to say thank you for joining us. Thanks for joining the Logan's Hour. We really do appreciate you. Because of you, we are here. And because of your text, your comment, and everything, that's why keeping us here. We have so many things in store to discuss tonight. So sticking still as we bring you all of the information that you deserve. So as you're following us out there, just let me know how is the volume. If the volume is okay, let us know if you can hear us, because which is a good thing to do because we are part of this program tonight. So hold on, let me test my volume. Part of this program tonight. Okay. So the volume is okay. I just tested my volume. The volume is okay. So I want to say again to all of you out there following us, thank you for following us. You know, we are in the campaign process. We are in the electioneering process in the Liberian community. So there will be so many things going on right now. So I know for some of you, you're used to seeing the show coming on by 6 o'clock. Today is already after 8 o'clock. Oh, 7:33. Thank you for that. So it's 7:33 and the show just starting. I know some people are like, why he coming on this late? But understand too now, we are human. Sometimes we have some other issues to attend to. Like today, I had to be here on time because I know I value you so much. I value this program. And I know we all can make this program a success when we work together. And I'm asking all of you in the Liberian community and outside the Liberian community, these things are better for our community. We all can do better. Like I was saying to somebody yesterday evening, this show will stay because the most important thing about this show, it helps other people who come into the community and don't know the community, and some people who are already in the community and do not go out as often. All you got to do, you ain't got to get from the comfort of your bed. Remain lying down in your bed. go to YouTube, tap Logan's Hour, and you will have this show right on your television. So, to all of you joining me tonight, I want to say thank you, and thank you so much for joining Logan's Hour tonight. As usual, before we start, we're going to take our first commercial, and we will be right back. Thank you.
Hey, beautiful ladies of Indianapolis. Are you looking for a beauty place where you can buy all your latest human hairs and other beauty accessories? Look no more. The MD Beauty Salon, located at 3429 Kentucky Avenue, is just that right spot for all your beauty needs. At MD's, our customers' satisfaction is our foremost priority. Our staffs are friendly and accommodating. Contact us today on 317-360-2624. MD Beauty Salon, your one-stop shop for all your beauty needs. And hey, ladies, when you get there, tell Mariette that V girl is sexy.
Tell Maria V. Gertis Santia. So today we already starting late, so we will not waste no time on having playing too much of commercials, because we are starting late. It's already 7:35, and we have to get to some other businesses here today. And today, if you live in the Liberian community, if you want to be informed, just come closer, because we will be updating you on the results from the bowl and the EC, the meeting that was held yesterday. We will be giving you bits and pieces how each candidate voted as to the decision that was made yesterday. What happened yesterday? What made the whole entire community to go in silent? Today, we will hear about that. And I have just a second. Let me tell my brother I'm on the show. And there you go. Well, we will inform you guys about everything you need to know. And I was on my way from work, and I saw my phone ring, and I saw this message came, like a voice recording supporting FOP. Yeah, that's a good thing. We appreciate whoever person did that send a robot call, or we appreciate you. But we are saying, in your quest to support us, please let us know before you can do anything. Please let us know, because this is a campaigning processes. We don't want people just calling people randomly. So if you will support us, if you are innovative enough, we need your ideas to help to build this community. We appreciate you so hardly. Or at least please let us know, because I think from what I've seen on the chat of recent, some of the community members and community dwellers, they are not in favor of that, or they don't like it. So I think you can inform us, or probably if you want to inform the administration, you can also inform the administration. But we want to say thank you for at least thinking in that direction. At least in the future, you will be a great asset to us. So whoever person did that, you can please contact my number. I think you can see my number on my show as often. You can contact my number so we can keep in touch with you, because that's a good initiative for the community. That can send community announcement and some other issues that is relating to the community. So I want to say cool looks to you, but please respect other people's privacy too. I know some people might be sleeping at night when the messages are coming. Even me, I was rushing from work when I saw the call coming. I said, oh, when I answered the call, I heard a message. It was good because it was in my favor, but for the sake of the other people, please, let's discuss it better. If you know my number, call my number, 401-359-5072. Let's discuss it better, and let's respect other people's privacy. Probably some people not want it. So designated people that you know that are part of FOP, you can talk to them if they would be interested, and some other new people, please. But let's respect the other people too. All right, so let's go straight to our conversation here tonight. So tonight we'll be updating you on issues from the bowl what was discussed yesterday, and the decision that were reached from the bowl, and the decision that were reached between the team Parker and the team Philip. But first of all, let's just say this to the rest of the people, our supporters, and the rest of the other people who really do not support us. But we still regard everyone as Liberian first, because what matter is the Liberian community. So the issue about us getting so angry and so bitter, we have to stop that right now, because trust me, like the board chair said in a meeting, whatever happened to you should be my concern. Whatever happened to me should be your concern. We all live in the smallest space here, the Indiana community here. We shouldn't allow this election to tear us apart. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. Let's live as brothers and sisters. Let's respect each other. So that issue about election and campaign, we so angry, and the situation, we so tense. Even when we see our brothers, we are pumping our chest and we don't want to say anything. Let's cut that crap up. Let's live as respectful citizens of this Liberian community. The election will not take nothing from us. Probably might not give us anything at all. So why are we so angry? So we're pumping our chest. Yesterday, I could tell from the meeting when we met, I saw my own brothers and friends that we've been hanging out before we can laugh. I could see the tension in them. Their faces look so tense. They cannot even look in your eyes clearly. The community election will come and go, my dear brother. Then let's forget about all the unnecessary things that are tearing us apart. We are friends. We've been friends, and we will remain friends. This community is paramount to every one of us. The community is important to you. It's important to me. So let's respect everybody. And first and foremost, I want to say to all of those who attended the program on Saturday, FOP program. FOP program was a success. And to all of those who went to the program on Saturday, members of the Team Parker, members of the Liberian community, FOP members, you guys are the real deal. You guys went at the program, and to some of the professionals, people who went there, and specifically to Mr. Castle Dennis and his wife, they were present at the program, and he asked a question as well. We want to say thanks to all of you. It's better to go and listen to your leaders. That was a town hall meeting call that you can go and listen to those that want to stir the affairs of the community. And it was very interactive. We admire all of the questions. We appreciated all of the questions, because those questions were necessary for the growth and development of this community. The community, we all migrated here. We have to keep it safe. We have to live in harmony. We have to make this place enabling for whoever person who come here and our children who grows up later on. Let us stop this election tension. We see our brothers, we're so tense, we fix our face. We can even say hi in a better tone, in a pleasant tone. Let's cut that crap up. We meet outside, we're doing different things, we turn it into an election argument. Let's leave those things. They are not called for. President, vice president, it means nothing. You're just a 7. You just choose to serve your community. So where all the unnecessary tension coming from? Somebody just get up in the morning, they have nothing to say, just boom, concoct lies on their brother only because of community election. Listen, let me say a very big thank you to all of those in this election, from president all the way down to chaplain. Everybody in the election to expose yourself to the public. I want to say my hearts are out to you. Thank you. But it shouldn't be a crime if you step up to serve your community. Those of the followers who following and support each of the camps, be tolerant, be respectful. Because after this election, We have to live here. You have to see me at the park. You can say some things to me that hurt me so dearly. Then later on, after the election, you want to come to me and shake my hands. Things don't work that way. Character assassination. We got to stop. This thing's going too far. We even take into consideration there's a 501c3 organization that is non-political. We so tense. Yesterday at the meeting called by the EC, we had a board members present. We have the president, Mr. Rufus Tati. We have Team Parker, represented by Mr. Parker, Mr. Richard Boya, Mr. Robert Carey, and Mr. Horty Palmer, and Miss Evelyn Cassell. And we have Team Philip, represented by me, Philip Logan, Jeevon Smith, Frank Trop, Bernice Alpha, Hawa Kiliban, and Mr. Morris Guo. You could see the both teams sitting on the table, and you could see the tension in that place. The atmosphere wasn't that atmosphere that's so friendly where normally we meet. You see your brothers shaking your hand, and you see the other person. Everybody's face just so tense that somebody gets somebody money and they don't want to pay. Hey, man, guys, let's stop those things. This is just a community election. The board chair make it so easy, and he explained it in a way that we could better reason. Nothing you're getting is pro bono job, free. Mr. Rufus Tati also said it. After the election, all the people were yelling with your new that you will want, all of them will go home. You the only one, your wife, your immediate family, or some of the loyal people that you will appoint on committees. They will be there helping you to park after programs. They will be arranging the park activities for you, July 26, when you're coming up. And these same people you call in opposition, hate position, or whatever position you call in there today, you will need them. So they'll control what we say. They'll control the people who follow us. Let's stop the too much tension, unnecessary argument. Even to the point where if we go play soccer, we don't even have fun anymore. The soccer field has turned to be a political ground. Everybody just having tension. When they see the other person, oh, don't cancel me. You opposition. You're Liberian first. Before your decision you made to decide who to support. Parker is my friend. Robert Carey is my friend. Horty Palmer and I, we are friends. Some of the people who even encouraged me to contest in this election, Horty Palmer and myself, we rode from here to Ohio. And we had Jikwe Sosa in the car. And Horty Palmer convinced me to contest in this election. Jan Volule and I, we met at Cheesecake Factory. Jikwe Sosa was present. He convinced me as well to contest. So what all of these bickering and hoarding and fighting and acting like somebody taking all your inheritance because of the community? Where are all the tensions coming from? To the point where if your own sister make a comment on a chat, you want to get at her to the point you're looking for something to say that it should hurt her. Like you will not see anymore. Look at Mr. Famule yesterday in that meeting, Dr. Famule. Bernice Alpha is his little niece. See, when his little niece step up to serve his community, her own relatives, Fatima and the other people, when you came here, what do you now do here? Why you own a ticket? In fact, you're not supposed to be there. You now deserve it. For what? Let's be Liberian first. Whoever wins the election, the community wins entirely. Let's stop all these hoarding and putting calling names and see people you saw things like the whole war is coming to an end because of community election. We have life ahead of us before this election. This community election have torn family apart. Past leaders, people who contested in these elections, you don't see them in the community anymore. You think because they want to go in their own corners? Because of the messages that supporters preach out there and the leaders were unable to control the messaging. We understand sometimes we get overwhelmed when we find some supporters who just voluntarily decide to support us and go the extra mile. But hey, let the supporter know that you are not desperate to the point that if you bringing somebody down and costing somebody mind or somebody power, you cannot correct him because you want to be president or vice president or secretary general at all costs. Because of community election. Everybody go on the group chat and tap. Sometimes man on tempo, people screenshot your message, write on it, and tell you say you might go back to school because of community election. Let's stop this petty stuff. We are better people. The same hate that divide our country. We went through 14 years devastation. Imagine when you walk in, when you were born at the age of 0 up to 14 years. You came after the war 14 years old. Today we are in a developed world, more civilized world. Where even if you see the American people campaigning, they just put a little flyer in front of their homes. Simple message to communicate, to be tolerant enough. We can. How do we claim to be civilized people when we are not even practicing civility? Every little things, it gets to us so much that we want to prove a point. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. This election is just from now to November 5th. It takes nothing away from you. It takes nothing away from me. Whoever wins, the community wins. Some of the reason this community been divided all the time, those who lose the election, they have to tell the supporter to work with whichever government that come to power, not to stay away. But like I said previously, the reason why some people decide to stay away is because of the hate messages. How dare somebody can call you stranger in your own community? How dare somebody look in your face and say, what have you done to deserve being a candidate in this election? Wasn't there rules or guidelines that govern the person participation? Let's these days, my people. This Liberian community. The first thing you have to understand, we are privileged to have the Liberian Association situated in Indianapolis. The state of Indiana have 92 counties. And in all of those 92 counties, Liberians live in some. And Liberians live in, if I'm not mistaken, in almost all. Are they part of the Liberian Association? Are we making efforts to engage those 92 counties to identify Liberians? So if Liberians from all the other counties decide to associate with the Liberian community, will you be calling them strangers? Or will you be saying they are new? Let's stop those hate speeches. We are better people. We can do better things. Today, we are here. We know where we're going to find ourselves tomorrow. The whole world is a global village. Everybody needs somebody. I want my car to break down. Sometimes on the interstate, I should be able to call Mr. Jan Volule, call Jeremiah Sele. Mommy, where are you? I'm somewhere on the south side. My car broke down. And Jan said, oh, Philip, just park side the road. I'm driving to you. Jan shouldn't tell me, say, oh, during the campaign, you cost my power, so I can't come pick you up. Let's control the messaging. The election will come, it will pass. If Philip Logan win, Philip Logan will need all the people that on Parker's side to help him. When Parker win, Parker will need all the people that on Philip's side to help him. So what we acting like we enemies? Or after the election at Judgment Day? Let's desist. Let's desist. Let's control our messaging. Let's control our messaging. I want to appreciate everybody who taking part into the election. I want to appreciate all of those, all of the supporters as well. But let's control what we say. Let's control what we say out there. Let's control what we do out there. All right. So we will be right back. We're just taking this short break and we will come back. When we come back, we'll be joined by our sister Brenny Alpha, and hopefully we'll be joined by Mr. Jeevan Smith. Thank you.
Indiana people are talking but talking too. The strong of the strike, I may properly you. So all my single mother should be jubilating. Come with a feeling Logan. Don't a real blessing like coming for the people. I'll be getting my feeling Logan coming. I'll be getting when I see feeling coming. I'll be getting my feeling Logan coming. Position getting when the king of the jungle not around. All the KK dollar can be around bluffing. And Philip coming with force. Reuniting you, advocating for the poor. We salute you with the power to the people. There's one Philip Logan, that you be the hero. On Indiana land, no mortgage and the people land on our bad spirit. Take politicians, them they can open the skin. What I pay for you, buy you can having people them. Plenty people selling and tear on the land. So
for here, what he coming with the whole place. I see no opposition, I see no competition. The championship for Philly, Indiana you be down be far Philly, the power. In Basson you be down be full Philly. Full mother, all the elders Philly ready layer. Sons are new and you be one when he will bring you together. He here for children play. Philly looking coming, I'll be game with that Jeevan Smith coming. I'll be game with Amore Kua coming. I'll be game with Mama Kilenji coming. On it, Abba coming.
Yeah. Thank you again for joining the Logan's Hour. And I have my sister, Brenny Afat, in the back here. The tough talking Brenny Afat. Yesterday, she was in the meeting. And she know what happened in the meeting yesterday. So today, we'll be discussing the issues that happened in the meeting yesterday and the decisions that were reached, on what basis the election commissioners and the board, after we had a discussion. So when we come back, we will we'll bring Brenny Afat and hopefully Jeevan Smith.
My fellow Liberians in Indiana, rise up from your slumber. Wake up. Look around you. What do you see? Are you proud of your community? Can you stand up tomorrow in the face of the future and tell them what your impact has been on this community? Or will you be ashamed and shy away because you stood by and watched? You sat on the fence, hoping that those who can fix it will do so. Well, that time is gone. This community is about all of us. We must come together in unity to rebuild, restore, reestablish those things that will set our community apart. We want to be able to tell our children, this is what I did in my community. We are here in America and not in Liberia. Some of us have made this place a home, so you must treat this place as such. I know you want the best for this community. We have a lot of expertise on board, but some of us have folded our arms and say, this is not my business. Well, you just lie, because as a Liberian, it is your business. Mending, fixing, restoring, and building this community should be all of us desire. So put aside the pettiness and join this visionary who has made the message clear, like that of no time. Great minds think alike. Connect today with Team Logan. Vote Philip Logan and his entire team, because great minds think alike. Vote Team Logan.
Vote Team Logan. Vote Team Logan. All right. So thank you again for joining us. And tonight we're going to go into the conversation. We're going to talk about decisions from the board and the EC. Specifically, the EC invited us to a meeting yesterday, and we were joined by the board. They were invited as well. And no problem, my dear brother. And I had Bernie Alpha, Jeevan Smith, and Hawa Kilima, Mr. Morris Gore, and Mr. Frank Trop. We had a very fruitful meeting yesterday. So before we can go into that, see my sister in the background trying to straighten her camera. So I'm going to bring my sister in first. Then we go into the conversation. Brandon, were you okay with your camera? Let me know. Jack, give me a thumbs up. Okay, she good. All right. I'm bringing her on right now. There you have it. How you doing, girl? What's going on? You are muted.
Sorry, I'm doing great on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. She's doing great on a Tuesday. So those of you following us, some of you who don't know her, she will introduce herself. Then we'll go through the conversation. Bernie, you care to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Bernice Alpha, and I am voting Team Logan all the way.
Thank you, Bernie Alpha. She's voting Team Logan all the way. So you see, these are the people we look for to become part of the community. She have a slogan. She say, win, lose, or draw, I remain in the community and serve my community. So today she's voting Team Logan all the way. So the decision that we reached yesterday, we are about to discuss that decision from the board and the EC and the both teams. Because listen, I know some of you out there thinking that the EC made a decision yesterday to exclude people from the process, but it wasn't the EC decisions. It was out of the aspirants reached that decision. So my sister Bernie will come in at a certain point in time, but let me just give you a little gist as to what happened yesterday in that meeting. So yesterday, the meeting was called by the EC. The EC wrote us, invited us to a sit down on Sunday at 4:00. Few minutes to 4:00, we received another communication stating that because Team Parker had gone to Subban to go and canvass, so they will be an hour late to the meeting. So Team Logan gracefully accepted, and we agreed to be there by 5:00. Initially, the meeting was scheduled for 4 o'clock. So we got there at 5. We got there at 5 o'clock, and a few minutes later, the meeting started. And before the meeting could start, we had a time as brothers, as usual, to shake hands, normally when Liberian meet. But the atmosphere wasn't as usual as we all know it. So it was the way it was, as I stated previously. So now the meeting started. The meeting, we had 3 of the commissioners present, and we had 4 of the board members present. We have from the board side, we have the board chair, Mr. Inisha George, he was present. The secretary of the board, Dr. H. Momo Famule, he was also present. We had Sis Malon Wia, she was present. We had Pastor Benedict Colley, he was present from the board. And from the EC, we had Mr. Bulu Tavia, he chaired the meeting. He was present. He's the PRO person for the election commissioner. And we had Mr. Jeremiah Saleh, the election commissioner chairperson. He was present. And we had Mr. Emerson Duo. He's the secretary of the EC. He was also present. And we had Pastor Gamonet Johnny. He was present from the EC standpoint. So there were 4 in numbers. And from the Team Parker, we had Mr. Julius Parker representing the Team Parker. He was present by his able lieutenants and his vice president, Mr. Richard Boya. He was present, followed by his secretary general, Mr. Robert Carey, and followed by his disqualified financial secretary now, Miss Evelyn Cassell. She was present, and followed by Mr. Horty Palmer. He was present. So from Team Logan, we had Mr. Philip Logan sitting behind the microphone. I was present. And I had my able vice president, Mr. Evan Jivan Smith. He was present. And I have Mr. Frank Trop. He's representing as the Secretary General on my ticket. He was present. Followed by Miss Bernie Afar. She was present. Mr. Morris Gore, Financial Secretary on the Team Logan. He was present. And Miss Hawa Kilima, she was present. She was present as well. And the meeting started. The meeting started with a prayer. And the prayer started with Pastor Gamonet Johnny. He led us in prayers. And later on, Mr. Bulu Tavia presided. And at the meeting, Mr. Bulu Tavia stated that he asked the both camps to come to the meeting with 3 recommendations that we can start with. Okay. So before those recommendations were asked by the election commissioner chairperson or by the PRO person, Mr. Bulu Tavia, he granted the chairman of the board the opportunity to make a statement or make a remark or whatever thing. The statement of the board, the chairman of the board, manned the podium, Mr. Inisha George, and he gave us a whole lot of historical facts and reasons why this community is so fragile. We as the younger one coming up, and we as the next people to take on the mantle of authority, why we should be careful in our decisions making. And he also stated that to make the decision is so simple, but what is more difficult is the consequences thereafter. And he gave a whole lot of historical facts ranging from Liberia to American government system to the Supreme Court and whatever. That resonated with me. Then, when Mr. Initial Judge got through, the secretary of the board had the opportunity to do same. And the secretary of the board, he lamented and gave similar reasons why the community is so fragile. Now, they turn the gavel over to Mr. Bulutavia. And Mr. Bulutavia asked me, Mr. Logan, we need your recommendations. And I said to Mr. Tavia, having sat here for a while and listened to what the both board members said and how they describe the current situation we are faced with and how this community is so precious and fragile. Families are tearing apart because of this community election. I think from my perspective, to keep this community safe and to protect the civility of this community, my recommendation to you will be to uphold the recommendations that came from the board. So I will go with the board of advisory to the election commissioner. Mr. Bulutavia asked me, he said, that's just one. Is there any other recommendation? I said, for now, I will stick with that one recommendation. He said, okay, thank you. He turned to Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker said, yes. He said, what are your recommendations? And Mr. Parker agreed to go and hang here with his colleagues, which is okay. He went and hang here with his colleague. He came back. And they asked him, what are your recommendations? He said, well, I want to stick to what the election commission said. They said, what do you mean? He said, all those that were disqualified be disqualified, and the election commissioner opened a slot for new members of the community to contest those disqualified positions. That was cool. That's his position. You can't blame him for that. Then I said to Mr. Bulutavia, I have my second recommendation. He said, what is the second recommendation? I said, from what Mr. Parker just said, it seems like he never listened to what the board members said. So my second recommendations would be, we revert to the August 13 deadline for candidate application submission. And I went back to Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker, do you have anything to say again? Mr. Parker said, no, I stand by what I say, knowing very well that you have a candidate who is about to be disqualified. And he said he stands by what he says. I'm sorry to Miss Evelyn Cassell. It wasn't any of our intentions to have you disqualified. We actually wanted everybody to contest, but your political leader swept you under the box because he had to make the final decision at that moment. And he chose to have you disqualified. And my point and my position on that table, at the negotiation table, was to take all of my officers, not to leave anyone behind. When you go for negotiation, you have a room for consideration. My point was to take everyone to the polls. Unlike your leader say, he don't care. So they asked him again. The EC went out, they hang head, they came back. And they asked the question, guys, is there any other thing you guys will want to say. And Pastor Benedict Colley said, do you guys want to go outside and hang here and come back so we can solve this thing? We went out, we hang here, we came back, and I said to them, I want to go with the board advisory that every candidate in the race contests. I was advocating for everybody, even from my side and from Parker's side. But when it came back to Parker, Parker said, hell no. He don't care. Evelyn Cassette can get disqualified. He really don't care. So when the board read their when the EC read their final verdict, that all those who were never qualified before the August 13 would be disqualified, it affected Miss Evelyn Cassell. Horty Palmer got qualified by the grace of God because Mr. Frank Trump, he had an administrative error. Same with Horty Palmer. So they had to allow Horty Palmer to get qualified because Mr. Frank Trump got qualified because of the same administrative reasons. Miss Evelyn Cassell, because of the meeting she attended after the August 13 deadline, she had to be qualified. And I felt her pain. I saw her walking out of the meeting. I could see the anger in her after campaigning all of these places, going to sub-band, coming back. Your picture was on the ballot. Your pictures were posted all into the various charts. People cuss you up. People said stuff to you. Only in the end, your leader cannot stand for his subordinate. He stood in your face and said, I don't care. She can get disqualified. I felt that was a slap in your face. I felt embarrassed when I saw you walking out. I know how embarrassing it is, but it is what it is. I want to say, whether you are disqualified or qualified, serve your community with dignity. Do not shy away from the process. We all live here. Disqualification doesn't mean you can serve your community. But yesterday, the person who had the final decision making, it was Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker had a gavel in his hand to save you. He never did. And he was asked twice. Mr. Parker, yes, your candidate will be affected in this process. Do you care to save her? He said no. It's a little emotional. It's sad. I feel for you, though you wasn't from my side. But if you turn the dials around and put me in his position and put him in my position, I'm going to make everybody to get qualified. This is a voluntary service. It's not a paid job. But as I said, we will come back because I'm getting a little side about that. And we'll come back.
So shout baby, take on.
Indiana be touchy. Really here.
When you see Philippine, you're more getting Indiana people are talking but talking too. They strong of the strike, I may follow you. So all my single mother should be jubilating. Come be some feeling Logan. Do the real blessing like coming for the people. You're beginning with my feeling Logan coming. You're beginning with when you see Philip coming. You're beginning with my feeling Logan coming. Position game with. When the king of the jungle not around. All the KK dollar can be around profit. And Philip coming with force. Reuniting you, advocating for the poor. We salute you with the power to the people. There's a Philip Logan, that you be the hero on Indiana land. No more can stand. Let the people land on our bad experience. Take politicians, them they can open the stand. What I pay for you, buy you can having people dance. Plenty people selling and tear on the land. So
Yo give way, give way, give way, give way. Yo give way to G-Fele. Yo open for Fele. They whisper he will kill it. They may too scared for him. What he coming with the whole place. I see no opposition. I see no competition. The championship for Fele. Indiana nyo be down be pa Fele. The pow. Imba son nyo be down be full Fele. Full mother all the elders Fele ready lay yo. Sons are new and me one when he will bring you together. He here for children play.
Fele looking coming, Abigail. La Chivas me coming, Abigail. La Moe Kua coming, Abigail. Mama Kimenji coming, Abigail. Planet Ava coming, Abigail. Abigail. La Fele Logan coming, Abigail. Moya Chifere coming, Abigail.
So just a little problem. We have a little technical problem here. Okay, so let's see what happened to our volume. We lost our volume. Volume. So let me know if you can hear me out there. If you're out there, I think I had a little technical problem here just now. So, uh, hmm. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me see something. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I got it. You can hear me. So will not be too long. I think I encountered a little technical problem here just now, trying to adjust something, and I made a mistake. I hit something else. That's why you see the quality of my video is just shrank a little. But I was just trying to give you update as to what happened in the meeting. Okay, I think it's coming back to normal. Yeah, I was just trying to give you update as to what happened in the meeting. The Liberian people deserve to know what happened when we go to meeting, and we are on an obligation to inform you as to decisions from the community, because like I said, the reason why I got involved with having this podcast is to inform you as to issues that confronts the community. So it's not to paint any side different in these electioneering processes. It's just to bring up the truth and let's talk about it, because what matters is the community matters. Trust me, we are all here first. We are all Liberians first. And some of the decisions when you go to negotiations or whatever, yeah, when you go to negotiations, you have to 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 protect your people, represent your people. So, Bernie Alpha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right,
I
I
had
know
to
you're.
go back out and come back in.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know you're following in the background, and you listen to me talking about what happened yesterday in the meeting. So, you care to throw any light on that from your
I mean,
perspective?
it was very unfortunate what happened. The fact that, instead of just allowing everybody to move on, they were, willing to sacrifice one of their members, even though she has been putting forth all the effort. But you know, these are things that we are trying to come in and address moving forward. And especially, dealing with everything else that's going on around this whole process. I know we put politics in front of it because we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
make it, dress it up, make it nice. But this is really just community volunteer serving your community, showing you're here, you're interested to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't let it get to where we cannot be able to move around in the community. We all have kids here. what has been going on, the behavior that has been exhibiting, we cannot show that to our kids. That is not something we would want them to follow and imitate out in the world because, oh, you want to win at all costs. No, you want to work with your community so that you will be able to, everybody will be able to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as, the decisions that was made, um, because I see some people were saying, oh, um, it was on, they want to give Logan team their way. No, they didn't give us our way. They did make a decision based on the fact that both teams were not able to come together because one team was just so strong on the fact of he wanted people to be disqualified.
Mm-hmm.
So the EC had to make a decision based on that, and they advised everybody nobody would be happy if we have to make a decision instead of you guys coming with a decision. And like you said, it's a disservice if somebody have been, participating, and then just for matters of making sure all the people are disqualified, you decide to hang one of your members. So that's basically where it's at.
Yeah, but a lot of people saying too, but just not to throw jobs, but some people saying the the decision yesterday to have Miss Evelyn Cassell disqualified was intentional because they had a backup plan for her already planned before that meeting.
That definitely could have been so. I mean, because of the fact of the matter of it, somebody could have been replaced before it was even announced to the public like it should have been that everybody else was running. So, you know, chop one person out to bring somebody else in. Sometimes, that's how people play the game. And it's not fair to the person that has been there. But people, sometimes people do anything they have to do to think they're gonna win, but moral speaks, and people need to know that you want somebody that's loyal. You want somebody that will fight for you, no matter what. If they have to compromise for the better of the community, if they have to compromise for the better of everybody, they will be willing to compromise. We don't want somebody in is my way or the highway. We want somebody in that will fight for the equality of everybody in the community.
That's a fair one. Fighting for the equality of everybody in the community. That's a fair one. But the decision from the EC yesterday, and you and Hawa, you guys both were affected by the decision. But the good thing about it is that you guys, when they were contesting the decision, when we wrote the EC and we wrote the bowl, our complaint, we were requesting that the other candidates who were never placed on administrative leave and where when they were given reasons why they were on administrative leave should be removed. And that was our complaint. So the issue about you and Hawa, it was clear and you people accepted from the beginning. And what you people did as a good citizen is to fight under the pew. That everywhere they create room for an appeal. You say, well, file an appeal if you feel dissatisfied, if you feel the process in any way injure you, you can file an appeal and we can go to whatever arbitration code and see how we can go from there. And you guys did extremely well. You and how I serve, and you guys were so much involved. And you, after all of these, you stay involved, and how I stay involved. And we still have bigger things to do. Like you said, it's you don't have to necessarily be an elected official before you serve your community. You have made up your mind to serve. So I want to say to you, Brandy, keep moving and keep pushing. Let's make this place better for us all.
Of course. You have to keep moving. You have to keep pushing. Here's the message I'm just trying to say here is you don't have your name does not have to appear on the ballot for you to be involved in your community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my name. I was trying to be the parliamentarian, which there's always time to come ahead. I'm still here. I'm still supporting. I'm still showing everybody that even though we're playing in the back and we can play in the back, we're still here. We're still pushing Team Logan's mission forward, and we're here to make sure that we make the change, and we show everybody that sometimes you will just have to, play from the sidelines, but still do never shy away, never give up, and never make, you know, something that might not have come in your favor. I'm still here to work for my community. And that's one thing I just want to let everybody know. This is volunteer work that we are all here to do, and
Mm-hmm.
we are all hands on deck, as I said before. Even though I will not appear on the ballot, I will still be supporting Team Logan, and will still be getting the message across that we are here to make the changes necessary in the community.
That's beautiful, Brandy. That's what I like about you, because what matter is the community. No individual is bigger than the community. Yeah, it's about time we all step out. It's about time we all get involved. So, what are you on? Elected position or appointed position or whatever position? What matter is us all. That's why the other day our program on Saturday, I said it. This issue about people entitlement, people feels that they've been here ever since. The rest of the other people just coming. What have you done to deserve portion of this community to serve? We need to discourage people from saying those things. We are all here. We are all here. There's another person where people don't really know Chocopee. That my sister down there. They even know. When we meet, we can talk our local talk. But she on the other side. But we are not disagreeing. We disagree on principles that she support her person and she do not support me, which I agree. But when we meet, we have mutual respect for each other. That's how we're supposed to be. So, Bernice, you want to talk a little about our program on Friday? You want to appreciate those that attend and the rest of the other folks who came from the other camp as well. You have the time.
Yes, yes, yes. I want to thank everybody that came out to our program on Saturday. It was a very great outcome. People came and listened, and they really got to hear what we had to offer. Um, and I just want to say publicly to some of the speakers who ran out of time to for us to address the question. We do sincerely apologize for that. Because there was a little commotion about, um, you know, we don't do anything purposely.
Mm-hmm.
We set a time where we were going to engage with the people, because as we all know, if you have a program and you're just sitting there, you're just talking at people all day, all day, all day, they lose interest after a while. So we didn't want to make it, to where people just sitting there asking questions all day. We had the audience engaged, we engaged, but we set, before the program started, we set tones on what time limit we had, and what the program consisted of. So some people felt like, we will never purposely shut anybody down. It's just we all ran out of time because people was asking, various questions, and so they had to be addressed because their questions were asked. There's always more town hall meetings that we'll be doing, so you guys can come out. Please be on time. That way you are able to ask your questions. But
Okay.
for
Mm-hmm.
everybody engagement, I want to say thank you guys very, very much. It was a great success. We got to hear from everybody, see everybody point of views, and we were able to get great feedback from that we will be able to use going forward to see that the community get what they want and deserve.
Mr. Jevan Smith, how are you, my dear brother?
I'm doing great, as always.
All right. I know you've been following, so you want to hit, just go ahead.
No, no, let me put this disclaimer out there. No,
Hmm.
I haven't been following. I just got on,
Okay.
and everything that was said before up to this point, I have
Hmm.
no clue. So, in case I said something,
So, so your disclaimer is from some, how they call it, outside of the program, right?
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it was a good point because content and context apply when
Hmm.
we are saying stuff. So Like I said, and like I addressed the issue on Saturday, the content I was referring to was the content that I asked
Mm-hmm.
about on the show when I came on the show. Now, in the context it was understood was that everything I was said before
Mm-hmm.
was something I was endorsing or I knew about, and I did not. So I have to put that disclaimer out there. I think I have to do that every time now, just to
When you come out late.
yes, yes, yeah, and like I almost always come in late because of
Yeah.
my schedule and stuff I have to do.
You're right. So what we're discussing here, we were talking about the town hall. We were appreciating those who attended the town hall and how the town hall was successful. And we also chose some light on the decisions from the EC and the aspirant, the both team, and Hawa and Bernie Kiliman. That's the three issues we're talking about here. So you can throw light on the meeting that was held on Sunday.
Yeah, I can rely on the
Okay.
meeting out on Sunday. You see, when we when we use certain words and phrases, people think that we are being too harsh or trying to be controversial or whatsoever and stuff like that. No, and I would like to single out my brother, the chair of the EC,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah, brilliant guy. But my brother, the nature of the beast is this: when everything goes well, is we all do it. If everything just went perfectly smooth, the entire EC will be the one that did it. If anything falls goes by on the EC, guess what? The blame comes on you who's standing in that position as the chairman. Is it
Mm-hmm.
fair? No. But that's just the nature of the beast. It has been like that. It will always be like that. The leader takes the blame. When everything goes well, then everybody takes the glory. So when I'm calling you out, let us just say when I'm calling you out personally, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to pick on you or trying to, I'm not. If you know, I don't go personal anyway. I stick to
Mm-hmm.
the issues. So down to the wire. Excuse me. The issue about the decision that was made, it was surprising to us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where it was not what we asked the ball, or we didn't get what we asked for, you know. But we went in there for to state our point in the fight. And the previous meeting before that, there were certain words that we used,
Mm-hmm.
and we said, we blamed the EC and said that they were being biased in the decision against our own team. We were cautioned by by others in the community that if we keep saying bias, it was kind of offensive or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But surprisingly, the issue of bias, almost like the gift I keep giving, our
Yeah.
very thing was actually proving when we got to learn that the other team had personal info, not I shouldn't say personal, but direct communications that went from individuals from our side
Mm-hmm.
to the EC, and the EC shared that with the other side. Now the question is this: how come if you know the backing was the EC was trying to be transparent? In the name of transparency,
Mm-hmm.
we, unless you feel like can say something I don't know about, we did not receive any communication that was shared between the EC and the other team. The
It's
EC
true.
did not share those communication with us. Only our communications the EC share with the other team in details.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see that? And that's the issue. So our claim about bias was proving against the people were making the claim against. It's unfortunate. It's just the facts I'm laying out. I'm not making stuff up.
You're right. You're right. We were there.
Okay. So, well, maybe I should come in the easy defense. I'll play devil advocate. Maybe the other side requested the information from the EC and we did not. But again, when you're a referee in this kind of sensitive issue, I think you have been prudent. So hey,
Yeah.
since you guys are requesting information, they own a communication with us as the EC. Definitely, we're going to share our own communication between you guys and ourselves with them, so we can balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm balancing stuff out. Talk about balancing the equation, my brother. you're careless. You know what I mean by that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So don't
Jeremiah
take
know
it
what's up.
personal, bro. I will give you hard time for that. You and myself will talk. But yeah, so that's the issue. This I also want to throw light to this to the community dwellers. These are the things that we have to stand up against. We shouldn't wait until we are affected personally to speak out against it. And speaking out against it doesn't mean you have to go attack someone's personality or this and that. No. Go taking the poor personal lives. No. That is not called for. Stick to the issue, call them out on it, make suggestions. Sometimes people do things not out of malice or just to be cruel. Sometimes they do things because they didn't take a step back out of the ring and see the bigger picture.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just reading this. I reading something that making me to laugh. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So I know my sister Hawa Katie, let me say Hawa said Brandy Alpha, she's in the background. But G-Ban we've been here for some time now and
Yeah.
we just decided to show like because we started a little late, so we'll
Yeah.
not be here for long. We're going an hour and
Yeah.
16 minutes. So how Brandy, you have anything else you want to say before you give your parting?
Yes, I just want to say this is very important
Mm-hmm.
as voters for us to know. You have
Okay.
to pick the way moving forward because the way moving forward is change.
Mm-hmm.
Change is uncomfortable, but change have to come for us to be able to move forward and get our
Very
community together. So
yeah.
please
You want to
vote
make a point?
wisely and vote Team Philip
Okay, I can put you on.
for the best team that will be able to move our community forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. So, G-Pump, before I get to you, let me pull the election commissioner chairperson on. I think you want to make a point. Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Sade, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, we are here. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. How you guys doing?
We are doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I was just listening to my friend, brother,
Mr.
uh,
G-Pump Smith.
Mr. Chief Smith. He said he on me not surprised by your comments. Mr. Smith, when uh, when Frank sent in a letter, there was no information out from the EC that the letter was circulating. When you guys filed your protest, we have been having several meetings for which I had to even share the letter with the board. I never distributed a letter. I sent a
Okay.
letter. As much as you say I'm in a capacity, all of the information that we have to make available was going between we and other people. So the information by mouth was going around. So I just want for you to say you can't hold the EC responsible when you file a project. We have to submit all the documents to the board and we share some of those information with the board. And you have full board member, you have a lot of ECs that sit around the table, you have people from your camp. So you don't know where the information will go and where it will come from. And normally you guys are bringing it. Um, I don't want to say you guys, but I want to say normally you the Romans, everything is when information go out there is easy. We live in a very diverse community. We try to be authentic about informations, and we can just make statement. Even people on the election commission will go in home, we say we hear this, we carry outside. And you said you saw the last meeting, we're in the meeting. We never left the meeting, we're sitting in that meeting, information all in the chat room.
Yeah.
So you say it's easy to do that. So I mean, sometimes we have to do discourse, justice to the discourse to balance the thing. I know you say I'm the chair of the EG, so when something happens, you hold me responsible. Yeah, you will. I'm not mad at the technicality you're applying, but equally so, it may not come from the EC. That's why I want to make it clear. And secondly, I want for also to clarify that the decisions that was made this content during the
The meeting.
during the meeting, it was the EC because you remember from the beginning, I used an analog saying that when Moses sent when God sent Moses to go and free the people from Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
he tell Moses, look, I want you to go free my people. When Moses was preparing to go, the same government turned around and tell Moses say, I want to harden the heart of Pharaoh. So are you saying God is a contradicting God?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying if God can do that to say, look, I send you here, but the person you're going to have a million to go against you, then what about me as a human being? Meaning as an election commission chair, I was going to make a radical decisions that will affect people. We as an election commissioner are going to make a decision that are going to affect certain party for the interest of the community because the board advised all for the sake of peace. And I can see my brother Philip Logan today sitting in still laughing. Enough, the boy is enjoying himself. And Jimmy may not taking that time out of the deal with me, but equally so, we do everything for the interest of our community. So let's just pray God that we have a free, fair, and transparent election, my brother.
Mr. Chairman, when you said that quote from the Bible, you know what came to my mind? My mind went to, so God sent the other candidate to the meeting and strengthen his heart to not compromise too.
Okay. I'm like interpretation. Oh, you know, I'm not giving all that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. All right, so that one, it was just a jobs. Yeah, the election commissioner chairman is not part of that. We're just joking here, so somebody might not taking it wrong with it now.
Yeah. And let me come in real quick and my brother Jeremiah made a cool point. You know, we kept saying the EC, he's right. There may be other people that outside the EC that share the information too. We don't know. I don't have a proof, so but we just said the EC because you know maybe it's easier to pick on our own.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, my own, easy. No, Jeremiah, I'm not picking on you, brother. But I was actually, and that's why I said, you know, I was playing devil advocate even on the EC side. Like I said earlier, you know, it was something that if the other side requested that information and we did not request it, and if the EC or the board decided to share that information with them, that was perfectly fine. It's our fault that we didn't have the information. But you know, I just have to come out and play the political side and tell you, say, hey, bro, then maybe you guys take some, you know, whosoever sharing that information, you are taking a step back and say, you know, on the sake of transparency, maybe they didn't think that the other side was going to mention it in our presence. That's why. That's what. And we had a wise man right there. When I asked the question, people are taking it back. It was a simple question. I don't know why we Liberians have the issue when people ask questions and we feel like the person is trying to be, you know, argumentative or they're trying to be, you know, put negative connotation on people that ask questions. And I don't know how I want to pastor there. Senior man, simple logic. He closed it out very easily. He said, hey, because the issue of trying to be transparent. And that was a very beautiful answer. Good comeback, good closure. It was done. But some people start getting angry and while I was asking the question. Come on, guys. We have to be able to tolerate each other. You know, questions are good. I wasn't asking about for the person. I was asking about what DNA or whatsoever. No.
Yeah, you're right. So, Brandy, I see you stay in the background. You still want to close, or you okay? Oh, you okay? All right. I copy. All right, Jibon, Jet, do your closing. And the both from Labra love seeing Brandy. So, yeah, see her again. She stay here. The one got a huge fan base in Labra.
Sorry, I came on late.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure whether you guys discussed any of the other issue, but I will leave that.
We throw light on the town hall meeting that we had on Saturday. So if you care to appreciate those that went, that would also be a plus.
Okay. And then was there anything else that was discussed, or just
No, that's it. We just talk about the 2 points.
Okay. So Saturday event. Also, I want to say thanks a million to all those who took the time to come, you know, to be present, you know, show us their concerns, how people get, you know, just to cheer us on, you know, give us their support, show us that they know we are in this for them. And because you guys decided to come and show that despite of everything that we're going through, we are not alone. It shows us that you guys know we are fighting for everyone. Um, Thanks for your donation, your money, those who took the time off to cook, prepare food, bring, you know, just driving there, picking another person up, giving them a ride to the event. It was awesome. The music, you know, thanks to the DJ, you know, those who provided the equipment, the technical know-how, um, drinks, we sincerely appreciate everything. Uh, I mean, I have the words to actually say. I don't know all the names. So I will start naming people and we'll be up for maybe the next 1 hour because it
Yeah.
was like all hands on deck. That's why it almost appeared like, and that was good. Also, thanks to those who came and asked the tough questions. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. For those who were unable to ask the questions, we say it was unfortunate we ran out of time. Um, if you still have the questions, you know, present the questions. You present it one on one. Always
Yep.
make a phone call, reach out. You can always ask the question. Except wherein it was a pretty predetermined setup where, hey, I'll ask this question and the other person should interrupt and the other person should do this. Then hey, then talk. We say time was in our favor that whatever we're playing, if it was negative, it didn't kind of filtration. But if you have general questions, you can always reach out, ask. We are there. If we don't know the answer, if I don't know the answer, I will tell you. I do
Mm-hmm.
not know the answer, but I will get to you as soon as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear brother. So, Bernie, you want to just say hi to your people before you leave in Liberia because I know they want to hear you again before you can go.
You been boosting me up or
Oh yeah, they put LRB when they call me. Oh yeah, why Brandy Alpha. I said, oh god, no more way. Yeah, don't be surprised. Yeah, y'all coming to run in her little country. Since she left for that, she even know how that country looking low.
well, I will see first though, because I'm ready to be standing in front of the fire pit and
Oh
getting
yeah.
burned. So we'll have to see that. But I just want to say thanks again for everybody who came out on Saturday. We appreciate the love, the comments, even the mischief. We appreciate it because it just shows us what some of the things we have to look forward to when we are here. And
Mm-hmm.
all hands on deck. We will need some of Team Parker to assist us. So we love everybody. We want everybody to love us. It's all about community togetherness and moving forward. Like always, vote Team Logan. Have a
Thank you so
good night.
much, Brandy. Have a good night. Steven, is there anything else?
No, nothing I can think about, brother. We'll talk up
all right,
here.
all right, Steven. Have a good night. So, folks following us, you were here in conversation with Bernie Alpha and Jeevan Smith. So, Logan's out. Stick and stay as we come to the climax of this show.
My fellow Liberians in Indiana, rise up from your slumber. Wake up. Look around you. What do you see? Are you proud of your community? Can you stand up tomorrow in the face of the future and tell them what your impact has been on this community? Or will you be ashamed and shy away because you stood by and watched? You sat on the fence, hoping that those who can fix it will do so. Well, that time is gone. This community is about all of us. We must come together in unity to rebuild, restore, reestablish those things that will set our community apart. We want to be able to tell our children, this is what I did in my community. We are here in America and not in Liberia. Some of us have made this place a home, so you must treat this place as such. I know you want the best for this community. We have a lot of expertise on board, but some of us have folded our arms and say, this is not my business. Well, you just lie because as a Liberian, it is your business. Mending, fixing, restoring, and building this community should be all of us desire. So put aside the pettiness and join this visionary who has made the message clear, like that of no time. Great minds think alike. Connect today with Team Logan. Vote Philip Logan and his entire team because great minds think alike. Vote Team Logan.
Thank you so much for being up here. And again, to whoever person who created a robot call or text messaging, we sincerely appreciate, first of all, we need those resources. We need resource people in the community. I would love for you to call me. Let's have a conversation. If you don't know my number is 401-359-5072. I know you are doing it in good faith. I know you did it in good faith, but please call me. Or if you want to do something that will include other people's numbers, you can also call the administration. Maybe if the president or the people who are in charge of the community say it's not a bad thing to do, you can go ahead and do it. But for now, please, we will need those kind of technology in the community. Maybe in the future, we could send messages, community announcement to people, forms that will be helpful to the community. We need people like you. We are not saying you should just feel, we are not abandoning you in the process, but we just want you to respect other people's privacy. So if you can call me in the future after the election, you can even help Tim Parker as well. You can help me, whoever person become the president, to serve the community in that direction. That will be a good way of messaging people when we have important information to disseminate with the people who live in the community. So tonight, I want to say to all of you who follow us tonight, I want to say thank you for joining Logan's Hour, and we truly appreciate you. Until we meet again, we want to say bye-bye and have a wonderful night. May God shine his love upon you as you go to bed. Bye-bye.
Indiana people are talking but talking too. The strong of the strike, I may properly do. So all my single mother should be jubilating. Come be some feeling Logan. Don't a real blessing like coming for the people. I'll be getting away. My feeling Logan coming. I'll be getting away. When I see feeling coming, I'll be getting away. My feeling Logan coming. Position getting away. When the king of the jungle not around, all the KK dollar can be around bluffing. And Philip coming with force. Reuniting youth, advocating for the poor. We salute you with the power to the people. There's a Philip Logan, that you be the hero on Indiana land. No mortgage and stand. Let the people live on our bad spirit. Take politicians, them they can open the skin. What I pay for you, buy you can having people tempt and they plenty people selling and tear on the land. So coming.